you won't start off with, while I agree with Alex. You will start off with your opinion first because they are asking your opinion first. Okay,
Okay.
that's something that you have to remember. The way I told you at the start, you would start off with something that if I had to choose, I would choose uh, prioritizing economic growth. Okay, you would choose one of the two options given over there, any one which you want, and then you will give your explanation on why you would choose that. You will give some your own examples. You will give some your own you will give some of your own
Yeah.
reasons over there, and then you will go to Alex or who else is there, Maggie.
Okay.
Okay, then you will state their points, and then in the end you will just conclude it in one line. That's very, very necessary. Okay, understand that. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to see, you can see the template of how they have written. There are two templates given over here. Okay, a little bit of I would say advanced, but if you see how they have used the phrasings, this is a challenging topic, but I think we should prioritize the environment at this time. So this kind of vocabulary, the bold vocabulary which they have used, these phrases help you to score better, get a score of that 5 out of 5. Okay, I
Okay.
strongly agree with Alex's idea that uh, our lives will be unpleasant if we focus entirely on economic growth. Correct. I would add that if the environment is damaged by industrial development, blah 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 blah. Maggie raised the relevant point that, so he has taken into consideration Alex and Maggie's point, but you don't need to take both the points. I would say एक का भी चल जाता है. ठीक है,
Okay.
because it's a discussion, right? Discussion जब हम group discussions भी करते हैं, correct, in a meeting or otherwise also, we take other people's topics or other people's points into consideration as well, right? So that
Right.
is what
Yeah.
you need to make sure that you are doing that over here as well.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
Even if you see second template, while I appreciate the points mentioned by both Maggie and Alex, again he has started off with Maggie and Alex. I wouldn't suggest you to start like that. Okay, this is not the best template. I would say like best way to start your writing. You should start your writing on your own first with your own points, because that's the main thing that the professor is expecting from you, and then you go to one of the peers that you have, your imaginary peers that you have. Understood? Clear?
Okay. So first thing is our opinion, then why we think that,
Yeah,
I rather why we have chosen that option,
correct.
and then if we agree or disagree with the peers. Okay.
Correct, correct. The way you will see in that writing template that I have shared, okay, you have to follow those points. बोथ बेसिक में भी एडवांस में भी दोनों में सेम ही फॉर्मेट है. फॉर्मेट अलग नहीं है, सिर्फ वर्डिंग्स थोड़े चेंज होते हैं. ठीक है, इफ यू यूज द एडवांस टेम्पलेट ऑफ कोर्स यू विल गेट 5 आउट ऑफ 5 for sure if you're not making any spelling mistakes over there. Okay, that's the
Okay.
reason.
Okay. Yeah.
Understood?
Yes.
Okay, so you will try to rewrite on this. Okay,
Yeah. I'll do. Yeah.
and did you do yesterday's task on test ready?
Oh no, I didn't try that.
Just keep one timing where you will
Yeah.
study for some time, and make sure in that timing you do the task on test ready also. Okay,
Yeah.
so that you don't forget, or put a timer or something, like, sorry, put an alarm or something where, like, put a reminder basically, so that you do that task.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure. Yeah.
every day. Don't miss it, because see, I can give you other resources also where you can give the tests, but the concern is the difficulty level changes. Okay, when you don't give it from the authorized site, the difficulty level changes. Okay, sometimes you will come across passages which are very easy, sometimes you will come across passages which are very difficult. Okay, so and then you will panic and you will feel unprepared, because difficulty level will keep changing. But when you give from official sites, that is from TOEFL, you will not get difference in difficulty level, because these are the test makers, right? That is the reason even some of the tasks that you will see in my PPT, you will find some of them very easy, some of them very difficult, because they are not, all of them are not from ETS directly. Okay, but lesson plans that we'll be starting, they are from ETS directly. So
Okay.
you know that is the difficulty level that you're going to get. Okay, right now these question types के लिए मैंने जो टास्क उठाया है वो ETS से डायरेक्टली सारे नहीं है, मैंने कुछ एक्स्ट्रा बाहर
Okay.
से भी लिए हैं, तो उस वजह से. ठीक है. Difficulty level, you can see over there the difficulty level changes, correct. कभी easy लगता है, कभी difficult लगता है. That is the whole reason. That's why I usually do not suggest some other sites. That's what happens. And this is not only for TOEFL, it's for all the tests again. Okay,
Okay.
when you follow the material from the actual test makers, you know that okay, this is the difficulty level that I'll get. Understood?
Yeah.
That's the reason I'm saying don't miss these free tasks that you have. Okay, let's start with the next question type that we have. We have gone through our factual information question. We have gone through our negative factual information question. Then we also went through vocabulary questions yesterday. Correct?
Mm.
Any questions in that? Any doubt in that till now?
No, no
No?
doubts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you go through the. Okay, you cannot see my screen. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. Did you go through the TOEFL reading chapter 2? Like chapter 2 reading? Did you get time to go through it yesterday?
No, I'll ensure that I'll do that today.
Please do it, otherwise it goes into pending and वो तुम्हारे लिए pile up होते जाएगा. Okay, don't do that.
Mm. Yeah.
Just make sure that you finish it on time. Take out at least 1 hour for now, I would say. Okay, and I
Okay.
would say by next Monday, like coming Monday, let me know what is your plan, whether you're planning for July end or September. Okay, if we are planning for July end, then we'll need to uh, start practicing rapidly. Okay, like we can't go
Yeah.
this slow. So just
Yeah.
give me this confirmation. If we are going for September, then we can go at a slower pace. If we are going for July, then we need to fasten a bit. Okay. So just let me know. I would say if possible by tomorrow or day after. If not, max by Monday. मुझे बता दो, ठीक है?
Oh, I'll prefer that. I'll go for July end. So yeah, I don't have a choice. Like yeah, I'll have to wait till September. So
Means you are saying that you will go for July end, correct? July end में exam
right.
दे रहे हो आप.
Yeah. Yeah.
ठीक है, ठीक है. So we'll fasten a bit then. Then tomorrow evening, tomorrow morning I'll take a class. Tomorrow evening, give one
Okay.
mock test. Okay, I'll share one mock
Okay.
test with you. Make sure you give that mock test. But give that mock test, I'll tell you again tomorrow. But give that mock test in one sitting. Don't take any breaks in between. Okay, and time yourself. Two things. Test will be in Google Form format. I have actual test simulation also, but actual test simulation का ऐसा हो जाता है ना कि I can't see all the questions. I can't see the proper report that I want to see. Okay, from the sites
Okay.
that provide you actual tests. But when it's in Google Form, I can actually look at all the questions that you have attempted and give you the actual feedback. ठीक है, so that becomes easier for me to score you and understand what are your weak points. So that is the reason I keep it in Google Form format. But Google Form में सिर्फ इतना ही माइनस पॉइंट है कि टाइमर नहीं है. Okay, I tried putting a timer last time, but that link doesn't work properly then. So that's the reason, because these are from third party then. So make sure you time yourself. Okay, most of the times I take it in the class, but tomorrow evening I'm not available. Actually, that's another reason. Okay, so make sure you time yourself for each task as well as the whole test. Yeah, and you finish it in that time, because अभी से आप अगर slow करोगे तो फिर time management में आपको difficulty आएगी. Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
Then if you give, like, once you give the mock test tomorrow, then Sunday or Monday we can discuss, and then we can plan also how to go ahead with it. Okay,
Yeah. Sure. Yes.
what to target for July end. Okay, and
Yeah.
I'll also check the dates कि क्या dates available है July end में, and then we can plan to register the test next week. If you're scoring well, then we can register next week. If there are any discrepancies, then we will wait till the end of the week. Okay, when you give the second mock test, then we will go ahead. If you're scoring well already, then the way we had discussed first, you can go ahead and register. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, as I said over here, let's start with reference based questions. Reference questions are nothing but where they ask you the relationships between, say, ideas which are mentioned in the passage and expressions that refer to them. Okay, so in this questions that you will get in your test, you will be asked referential relationships between the words in the passage. And maybe you can mute yourself.
Okay. Sorry.
No problem. The headphones that you were wearing yesterday were better. There was no background noise. You are on mute. Yeah. Okay, you can hear me, right? Okay.
Okay, just a minute. I'm just changing the
Yeah, please
headphones. Yeah.
do that. Please do that.
Hello? You
Yes.
can hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
this
okay.
is better. Okay. So as I was saying, in these question types, you will be asked to identify referential relationships between the words in the passage. Okay, the relationship between a word or a phrase and its antecedent will be asked to you. What is an antecedent? Antecedent is nothing. Whenever we use pronouns in the sentence, जो main subject को हम refer करें ना, what are pronouns and what are nouns? We'll understand that first quickly. Okay, nouns are nothing but the words that we use to take the name of a person, place, idea, correct? All these words become nouns. For example, if I say your headphones, that's a noun. If I say student, that's a noun. If I say Aarti, even that's a noun. If I say laptop, that's a noun. If I say Pune, even that's a noun. Even if I say test, it's a noun. Okay. Now, the words that I will use to replace these nouns will be pronouns. For instead of saying student, I will say she is not attending the class today. Okay, so if I say she, you know I'm talking about one of my student over here, correct? So these are the pronouns. Now pronouns हमारे कौन से होते हैं? He, she, it, they, them, ये सारे हमारे pronouns होते हैं. And then we have relative pronouns, which are the words called who, which, correct? Then आते हैं हमारे pronoun it. Now over here what they will do is they will give you a very big sentence, okay, where there won't be only one subject, there will be two three words or nouns that they will be using, okay, and in the second sentence they will highlight that pronoun and they will talk about one of the subject which is previously mentioned, and then you have to identify the pronoun that they have used and उसका antecedent. Antecedent मतलब क्या? जो subject को वो pronoun refer कर रहा है. Okay, that's the antecedent basically over here. So you have to understand that, you have to guess that or identify that noun or antecedent, which we call in grammatical terms, over here properly. Okay, sometimes some other kinds of grammatical references are also tested. As I told you, the words like which, this, ये सारे use होते हैं. Okay, you will always, like, you will get one reference based question, but sometimes you might get none. Okay, it's not very difficult, but the way I told you, if you understand the knack of it, then it becomes easy. But if you don't understand, then many students face an issue with this type of question. Okay,
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
yeah. Now the question that will be over here asked will be the word x in the passage refers to, okay, and that word would be your pronoun. The word it, the word which, and वो again passage में highlighted रहेगा. Okay, the word it, the word which, the word who, yeah, who फिर भी थोड़ा सा easy हो जाता है, but which वाला थोड़ा सा difficult हो जाता है. Okay, it वाले वापस थोड़े से difficult हो जाते हैं. This, again the word this will be used. This highlights ऐसे करके, so वो this क्या है वो हमें समझना होता है. ठीक है. Now here also you will main thing that you will need to know when we are referring to pronouns, that if the pronoun is singular or plural, that's what you will need to keep in mind. And along with that, if the means pronoun is single, then you will need to make singular, then you need to make sure that the noun that you are referring to is singular again. Okay, for example it use किया गया है तो it of course singular के लिए use होगा, but they use किया गया है तो they plural के लिए होता है. Okay, them use किया गया है तो plural के लिए आएगा. Yeah, which might go for singular and plural both. Yeah, and once you have selected the answer, the same thing, you can just try to replace the word in the sentence and see if it still makes sense. Does it violate any grammatical rules, and does it make sense when you use that word in the sentence instead of the word it or which or this. ठीक है. And if it still makes sense, then you can choose that option. Like that is how you can go for the best option over here. Okay, let's try one question first over here.
It's D, the postal service.
Just give me 1 minute, okay? 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, please tell me.
Yeah, it's option D, postal service.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How did you get that option? If you tell me.
Uh, okay. So in the last line, they're saying like the distribution, if not the sale, of newspapers was assisted by the establishment of a postal service in 1710,
Hmm.
which had a network. So this postal service in 1710, which had a network. So that is how I came to the conclusion that option D will go.
Okay,
Yeah.
you understood
Yeah.
the knack of it. Okay, good. uh, that's the correct answer basically, because distribution will not have a network, sale will not have a network, newspaper will
Yeah.
not have a network. Newspaper offices have networks. Okay,
Correct.
newspaper
Yeah.
printing press has a network. So here of course your postal service becomes the correct answer. This is a bit difficult one, try this quickly.
Okay. Preventing soil erosion.
Okay, are you sure about it?
Yeah.
That's correct. Very good. Okay, do you want to read the explanation?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, read it quickly.
Yeah, I'm done. Sorry, I was
Okay,
talking on mute.
no
Yeah.
problem, no problem. Now let's do one more. Read the passage, then I will show you the question. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done reading the passage.
Okay. Try the question now. You can, I guess, zoom in from your side also if it's very small. Okay.
Yeah, no, I can see it clearly.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah.
Just give me 1 second. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me once you're done.
Okay, I think the option A, because like in the first line, they're saying like the technological globalization is impacted in large part by technological diffusion,
Mm-hmm.
the spread of technology across borders.
That's the
So,
correct answer.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. So you're able to grasp this question, correct?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good, I would say. Because this question many students face difficulty with, and once they are not able to tackle it,
Hmm.
they usually are not able to tackle it. Okay. So if you're
Okay.
able
Yeah.
to understand it in the first go, that's a good thing, I would say. One last, we'll try over
Yeah.
here, and then we'll move to the next question type.
Okay. Yeah. Here, people, option B.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's correct. Okay, very good. Any questions, any doubts on this question type?
No.
Okay, great. Now moving to the next question type that we have in basic comprehension, and this is the last question type over here, that is sentence simplification. Okay, what do we mean by sentence simplification? That we have to just simplify the sentence that they have highlighted in the passage. Okay, usually you will have only one question of such type. Yeah, over here a sentence in your passage or your paragraph in particular would be highlighted. Okay, and they will give you four options over here. This is what your question will look like. They will give you, one second, yeah, this is what your question will look like. Okay, they'll give you four options over here. Now all the options look similar. Okay, because they are asking you to summarize or simplify the sentence that they have highlighted. Correct, they will highlight a sentence like this and they will ask you to simplify it. Okay, and the question will always be this: which of the following best expresses the essential information in the highlighted sentence in the passage? Incorrect answer choices change the meaning in important ways or leave out essential information. This will be the patent question, ये change नहीं होगा. ठीक है. Now all the options will look similar, but what you have to understand is that first thing, the sentence that you are selecting does not change the overall meaning of the passage. Okay, along with that, second thing that you need to keep in mind is that the sentence or the option that you select does not change the meaning of the paragraph. Okay, third thing that you will keep in mind is it does not, like, it does not miss out on any essential information which will again change the meaning of the passage or the paragraph or the sentence. ओके, सो सारे पॉइंट जो उन्होंने मेंशन किए ना वो उस सेंटेंस में मेंशन होने चाहिए. इफ़ यू लुक क्लोजली यू विल सी दैट ओके देयर विल बी वन और टू पॉइंट्स मिसिंग इन द ऑप्शंस व्हिच आर इनकरेक्ट. ओके,
Okay.
so that's where you have to pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
So as mentioned on the screen also, it should not misrepresent the information or distort the meaning of the highlighted passage. It should not leave out something important from the highlighted sentence, and you have to also make sure that your sentence does not contradict the main argument of the paragraph in which the sentence occurs or the passage as a whole. Okay, that's what you have to keep in mind when you're trying to select the option. Understood? Clear?
Yeah.
Okay, here we are going to watch a small video again to understand it better. Pay attention. One second.
Hi, I'm Michael from ETS. Today on Inside the TOEFL Test, we're going inside the TOEFL IBT reading section, specifically the sentence simplification questions. Sentence simplification questions ask you to identify a sentence that has essentially the same meaning as a sentence from the reading passage. The correct answer choice contains the main ideas from the sentence in the passage, but may leave out minor or unimportant details. It should restate the most important information in a simpler way. Sentence simplification questions are easy to recognize because the wording of the question is always exactly the same. Which of the sentences below best expresses the essential information in the following sentence? Incorrect choices change the meaning in important ways or leave out essential information. The highlighted sentence will have both essential and non-essential information. Your job is to pick the answer choice that best includes the essential information and leaves out the non-essential information. Answering this type of question will require you to understand the relationship between the pieces of information in the sentence. Often, there's an important cause-effect relationship, or there may be a conclusion based on some evidence. So look for those same ideas in the answer choices. Here's an example of a sentence simplification question from a passage about meteorite impacts and dinosaur extinction. This type of question.
Okay, Try doing it.
Yeah. Option A.
Option A. Okay. Are you
Yeah.
100% sure?
Yes.
Okay, let's see the option.
Can be challenging because all of the answer choices will contain words or phrases that are similar to ones in the given sentence. For example, 3 of the answer choices talk about the explosion, 3 talk about fires, and 3 mention the destruction of plant life. So, can you identify the correct answer? It's A,
Okay,
because all of the important information
Yeah.
that's correct. Very good. Okay.
is aligned with the given sentence. Both the given sentence and choice A talk about large amounts of nitric acid and melted rock that were the result of the explosion and that started fires that destroyed plant life. The other responses have content that contradicts the highlighted sentence, or just isn't there. Choice B looks like a good answer at first because it talks about the fires spreading and burning forests, but choice B says that it was the fires that released the nitric acid, which is different from the highlighted sentence, which says that the nitric acid, along with the melted rock, caused the fires. Choice C can be eliminated because it leaves out essential information about the fires and the destruction of forests and plant life. And finally, choice D is incorrect because, again, the cause and effect are reversed. This one says that the fires caused the explosions, when it was really the other way around.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's what we have to keep in mind while selecting the option. Okay.
Yeah.
Over here, try reading the passage, then I'll show you the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done reading the passage.
Okay, try the question now. If you want to refer back to the passage, let me know.
Yeah.
Tell me once you're done, okay?
Yeah, actually, a few options look similar, so I'm just
Exactly,
trying to.
that's what they highlighted in the video also, right? And that's the same thing I told you because they're asking you to summarize that sentence. So options are
Correct.
going to look similar. You just have to make sure that something doesn't contradict the information which has been given, and you do not miss out on any essential information. So if
Mm.
you replace this sentence in the passage over here, say if you
Mm-hmm,
remove
mm-hmm.
this sentence and you put the sentence that you have selected from here, it should not change the meaning. It should just
Meaning.
it should have all the essential information which was originally over here. Okay, that's what you
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
guess. This is a
right.
little time consuming question. You can spend 2 minutes with this question, but again, in the test, actual
Yeah,
test, you can't take more than that. Okay.
yeah, yeah. Can you please show that question screen?
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that was helpful that I saw that passage again. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, I know.
thanks.
No problem.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
Option C.
C.
Yeah. Okay,
Option
A.
A
I
is the
was
correct
like
answer.
confused between A and C, but then I thought like, okay, they are giving some more information about that arbitrary decisions as well. So yeah,
Okay, no problem. Read the explanation quickly. It's a little longer explanation.
yeah, I got it right.
Okay, let's try
Yeah.
one more. It's a little longer paragraph and passage again, but
Okay.
make sure you read it properly. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm almost done reading, but I just have a question. Like,
Sure.
since they asked the question about that highlighted, like only about the highlighted sentence, then reading just that highlighted sentence won't suffice.
If you have read the first, like if you have read the passage first time, then I think that
Mm.
will be enough. Okay. But as this is a new
Okay.
passage over here, you will need to read the rest of it, I would say. Okay.
Okay.
हाँ बट जब हम एक्चुअल पैसेज में कर रहे हैं एज वी आर डूइंग 10 क्वेश्चंस फ्रॉम that passage itself we give it a first
Mm-hmm.
read correct and then we start solving other questions and then we come to reference based question usually बीच में रहता है start में नहीं रहता है okay usually
Okay.
not every
Okay.
time so you have read the passage once or twice by then okay so even if you just read the highlighted sentence I think that should be
Okay.
enough in the actual test yeah
Okay.
but here as we are practicing this is a new passage you will need to give it
Mm-hmm.
a quick read.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done reading this passage too.
Okay, now here you have the uh, options on the screen.
Option B.
Option B.
Yeah.
Correct. Very good. Okay, you
Yeah.
understood how to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Great. So we will do these practice questions tomorrow. We have two more. Okay. So we'll do
Okay.
that tomorrow with fresh mind, and then we'll move to the next question types that we have. Okay. In
Okay.
pragmatic
Yeah.
understanding, that's something that we'll do. Pragmatic understanding के questions इससे थोड़े से और difficult होते हैं.
Okay.
So yeah, be a little fresh tomorrow so that you are in that mindset of solving those questions. Another thing, go through the reading chapter 20. It will be
Yeah.
helpful for you. Go through the next inference based question types also, so it will give you an idea of what we are going to be discussing tomorrow and what difficult क्यों होते हैं. Because when I tell
Okay.
you the tips and tricks, you should be
Mm-hmm.
able to understand how to include them. ठीक है?
Okay.
That's the
Yeah.
reason I'm saying. So
Sure.
make
Yeah.
sure you do it to go through it today, and we'll meet tomorrow at the same time. Okay, at
Yeah.
9
Sure.
o'clock. Any questions? Any doubts in what we discussed today?
No. No. Ma'am, can you please share that vocabulary
Yeah,
list
yeah.
because I will
I
need
I
those words.
I forgot yesterday. Just remind
Yeah.
me if I forget to share anything. Okay, because what
Yeah. Sure.
happens is there are back-to-back sessions, correct?
Yeah. I understand.
So it slips out of mind sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No issues. Yeah. Thank
Okay,
you.
no problem. Take care. Have a great day
Yeah.
ahead and practice well.
You too have a good
And
day.
give the
Yes.
test ready ka task also. Okay, don't miss
Yeah.
it. Hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks. Thanks for reminding.
No
Have a
problem.
good day.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.